Hi, this is Greg Pohl, your UIC for St. Louis, and I'd like to cover the 2022 USA softball rule changes. Let's get started. The first change, Rule 3, Section 1D, is regards to the attachments that are on some of the bats. It is no longer required that these attachments be taped down and secured. The manufacturers have done a great job in recent years of making these secure without being taped down, and the committee felt that it was no longer needed, which allows a little bit more flexibility and makes it a little bit easier for the teams and the umpires. Second one, Rule 3, Section 3A, basically just talks about the fast pitch ball, and with USA Softball, National Federation, and NCAA Softball, they have been trying to come up with some common verbiage and specifications for the ball to make it so that the balls could be interchangeable, basically, or at least very similar, so that the athletes aren't using a totally different type of ball from one area to the next. And so you can see here that they've got a common size now, common weight. The compression is still what it has been. The dynamic stiffness is where it's supposed to be. And basically, this is something that will go in effect for 2024 so that all the manufacturers can get the ball specs within this range. So they've got a couple years left before this is implemented, but that was approved for this year so that the manufacturers could get this taken care of. A third rule change basically adds to Rule 4, Section 1, adds the letters D and E. And what this does is now it allows for youth fast pitch, to have an extra player added. So they no longer need to just have 9 or 10, 10 being a DP flex situation, but they now may also add a 11th player to the starting lineup, where they would have 10 offensive players, and the flex would be in that last position. So you can see that allowing, it's not mandatory, but allowing that extra player does give the teams a little bit more flexibility. It does have to be reported on the card before the game starts, and any of those players then can play defense. Now, it is also important to know that if they're using a DP flex, that the DP flex rules still apply. So if the DP leaves the game, then they need to re-enter to come back. Or if the flex leaves the game, that the flex needs to re-enter. So those rules have not changed with regards to the lineup, but it does allow some more flexibility for coaches to get another player in there, and they're allowed to bat. And then, of course, you can make your defensive changes as needed.